Hello everyone. In this session, we are going to discuss integer programming and later on what is known as enumerative schemes and stochastic methods to solve this in integer problems. The problems arise in various engineering domains where the variables are integers. For example, the number of gear teeth is an integer number. Steel section that you are going to use in your structure would be a distinct tag or separate listing number, and so on. In order to solve this type of problems, special techniques are required. The intuitive feeling that you can find the real value solution and then rounding off will not work. We will see in this session why it doesn't work. And also we will look at two important problems which are very popularly used for such tackling these problems. The first one is known as branch and bound method, which can be applied to both linear as well as non-linear integer programming problems. And the second method is known as simulated annealing. This method can also be used for both linear and non-linear problems. Both these methods are not restricted to integer programming, but they can be used for real variable problems as well. So you can use them for integer variables or real or mixed type of variables. Let's begin our discussion about what are the different examples in which the integer programming would be required. The first thing is finding optimum number of teeth in case of gears, or find optimum number of poles for a motor, the optimum number of students in a project, optimum number of bolts in a joint. The examples what we have seen above, they are having continuous series of integers, whereas the next examples are of a different type. Here we are finding optimum plate sizes, where the plate sizes are available in 8 mm, 10 mm and so on. Or optimum section for a machine support, which could be from standard steel sections such as ISMB 250, ISMB 300, ISMB 400 and so on. Or you have to find optimum electric wire size. The wire sizes can be available in 10 AWG, 12 AWG, 14 AWG, and you have to select one of them. And also some examples which are in a sense different, in the sense that we have to find optimum assignment of a machine to do a task, what we have studied in the assignment problem. So in this case, the machine will be either assigned or it will not be assigned. So it will be either 0 or 1. Similarly, you have a power distribution network, and in that you have to locate the position of transformers. So either the transformer will be there at a particular node or it will not be there. So it is like 0-1 type of situation. So these are the different scenarios in which the integer programming or optimization using the integer variables will be useful. Now the question is, how do we find the optimum solution, or how do the solution method differ from that of a real variable problem? I want you to take a pause and think why we can't use a real optimization method like what we have studied till now, a steepest descent method or a random search method, find the real number solution to the problem and simply round off to the nearest integers. So why do you think this method is not used? Why there is a separate topic for integer programming? So take a pause and think why it cannot be done. In this slide, I am giving 3 reasons. The first reason is that the rounding off may violate the constraints. The second is the rounding off may cause substantial changes in values of linked variables. And the third is rounding off may give suboptimal solutions. Let's understand one by one what is meaning of them. The first thing is relatively simple to understand. That is, if you are having a variation in a function and you obtain a real value solution at this point and you choose the nearest integer variables, these variables may be violating some of the constraints which are there on this particular problem. So not very serious problem, but this is one of the reasons. If you are having lot of variables, this checking of constraints can be computationally heavy. The second would be changes in the value of linked variables. That is, when you choose either the right hand variable or the left hand variable, there can be substantial changes in the related variables. So for example, if this variable represents an electric wire of AWG12 and the right hand side is a different size of wire, depending on the wire size, the characteristic of your system may substantially change, and as a result, your solution may not be correct. The third reason is more critical or crucial. Let's understand that your function is as given here. You are located the minima at this point, and your integers or the discrete values which are allowed to exist are as given by these red dots. By rounding off, you will be choosing the solutions, either this one or the other one. But the real solution, which is given at this location, is missed by doing the rounding off. Let's revisit the list of the problems that we discussed and understand how the integer variable problems are classified. In the set of problems, if you look at the first 4 cases, you will find that the number of teeth on gears or number of poles on a motor, so on, they can be take an integer value numbers in a certain range. If you look at the next 3 cases, you will find that they are not integers, but they can be enumerated as integers. Like first case, they are integers, but they are having some sort of they are not continuous integers. In the second case, they are some standard tags and they need to be converted or enumerated into integer values. Third case also, you are having some sort of tags which need to be taken care. So that is a second class of problem, and the third class of problem is where your variables can take either 0 or 1. The first type of problems are called as integer problems or integer programming problems. The second are called as discrete programming problems, and the last one are called as simply 0-1 programming problems. So these are the 3 basic areas, and there are many problems where all variables may not be integers. So you will have a mixture of integer problems and real variable problems. They are known as mixed integer or mixed discrete variable problems. The next slides gives this classification in a more systematic manner. So as we have discussed, based on the nature of variables, we can classify the problems as integer programming problems. So all variables are integers, or discrete programming problems where maybe section tags or wire sizes, you have a discrete set of options available in order to define the solution. You can have mixed integer or mixed discrete programming problems. So you have some variables which are real valued, some variables which are integer, and you have 0-1 programming problems like the assignment problem where the variable can take value either 0 or 1. Each of these methods have got specific methods which are evolved for efficient solution to obtain efficient solution to these problems. In addition, based on the nature of cost and constraint functions, you can have linear integer problems. So you have linear problem plus integer or discrete problem, and you can have the objective function or the constraints as non-linear. So you can have non-linear and integer or discrete or 0-1 type of problem. In this slide, we are having the definition of a generic problem which is having both real valued and integer variables. So you want to minimize the value of fx. The function has got some equality constraints. So there are p number of equality constraints. There are m number of inequality constraints. And there are nd number of discrete variables. So this discrete is a generic term which will include the discrete variables, integer variables, or the 0-1 type of variables. And within each of these variable there will be set of options. That is, number of gear teeth could be 0 to 4. The number of materials for the gear could be material 1, material 2, material 2. That is discrete variables. And the gear can be attached using either a key or by using a shrink fit. So that can be a 0-1 type of situation. And in addition to that, you are having some real value variables. So you have variables which can take real numbers. So for example, the power transmission capacity of a gear. So that is an example of a problem. In order to solve these problems, there are two methods which are available. The first one is enumerative method and second is stochastic method. So let's have a look at these methods. The first method is enumerative schemes. So enumerative is converting the options which are available to you, the number of integer solutions or the discrete variables or 0-1 types available to you. You list them down. So to enumerate is to list the different options which are available to you. The first scheme, which is natural, somebody may think in that direction, that you do an exhaustive or full enumeration. So in this case, you will enumerate all the combinations which are there in the search domain. So if your problem has got the constraints, so within the constraint, you note down how many integers or your discrete variables are possible. You list down all the variables and then find the function value of at all the points and then find the minima out of this. So this could be one solution. Obviously, it can be computationally very demanding, and that is why it cannot be used except for some simple type of problems or small size problems with less number of variables. The second is the one which is commonly used, which is known as implicit enumeration. So in implicit enumeration, what you are doing is this: whatever variable range is there, you are finding out from this range some variables which are probable candidates. So you use some kind of strategy to reduce the search domain in which you are going to search. And in this case, often a clue is used by obtaining a real value solution. So you first ignore the integer constraints, find out a real value solution and take that solution as a clue, as we are going to see later, and find out the solutions. If you are listing down the different methods which are available, they are as follows. So in enumerative methods, one of the popular method is branch and bound method. So it is applicable to both linear and non-linear problems. We are going to see this method in this session. The second is Gomori's cutting plane method. So it is applicable more for linear problems. We are not going to cover it in this particular session. The second class of problems are stochastic, or which use probability distribution functions in order to obtain the solutions, in which the first one is simulated annealing. We are going to cover this in this session. And the second is genetic algorithm, which we are going to cover in the subsequent sessions.